Before we get into any static stretching, I'd love you to spend 5 to 10 minutes in total just mobilising these 4 different areas of the body before we get into your stretching. It'll just make things feel that much more comfortable when we do. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get your back mobilised. So you're just going to put your mid back on the foam roller. We're going to get your hips up off the floor. We're going to round it upper back, and we're just going to go from mid back to upper, pulling ourselves down right towards the upper back and pressing back towards the mid. We're just going to repeat it like that. After a little while, you want to bias one side, lift that arm up, get that lat in there a little bit, and then repeat the same again on the other side. After we spent a little bit of time there, we're then going to go mid to low back. So again, we put the foam roller at the mid back to get the hips off the floor. We're going to tuck the pelvis up towards yourself so we get a good curve going this way. And then we're just going to, again, go from mid back down towards lower hips, mid back down towards lower hips. After a couple of repetitions, you can bias it from one side to the other, but foam rolling your obliques and your QL, it hurts. So do it at your own discrepancy. I would recommend that you do, but it doesn't tickle. After that, the next thing we want to get onto is we're going to get onto the quads. We're going to do it from mid to lower and mid to upper. All you want to do is get into a push-up over the foam roller. Then you're going to drop straight down into it. I'm at the lower part of my quad now. And all I'm going to do is just drive my weight down and up, keeping a lot of my weight supported on my arms in front. I can bend that leg back and forth as well. That's going to help to mobilise in different ways. And then again, we're going to go from the midpoint right down all the way up towards where the hip is. And then again, all the way to the midpoint of the quad. A couple of repetitions there, and then you can bias it onto the inside or the outside. First time you mobilise your quads, it hurts like crazy, so just bear in mind me with that one. After that, we're going to go into the glutes. You just sit on the foam roller, sit upright, cross that ankle over the opposite knee, turn that knee outwards, and then we're just going to bias our weight over to the glute stretched out. We're just going to foam roll in there, going from the mid to upper portion of the glute. Mid glute right up to the top of that hip. Repeat again on the other side. And then last thing is getting the calves done. Go 2 feet at a time initially with this, but when you get a little bit more tolerant towards the pain, try 1 foot at a time. But we just put the foam roller underneath the Achilles heels, lift our weight up, and then we're just going to drive right down, straight up towards the top of the calves, and then bringing the weight back up there like so. This doesn't tickle, but again, after a couple of repetitions, put your feet towards the inside, put your feet towards the outside, and go again. When you can do 1 calf at a time, you'll really get deep in there, and that's going to help them to release plenty. Enjoy.